All right. Welcome, everyone, in person and watching on the live stream to the Samsung Solve for Tomorrow National Winners event. My name is Angie Adams, and I have the privilege of leading Samsung's Education Impact programs, the largest of which is our annual Solve for Tomorrow competition. It is such an amazing thing each year to witness these incredible teams of students come together from all across the country to create change in their communities. And I'm not sure if you've heard or not, but this is a very special year. This is year 15 of Samsung Solve for Tomorrow. And that means that over the last 15 years, Samsung has awarded more than $27 million to over 4,000 schools in all 50 states. And that is really something to celebrate. Earlier today, in the heart of Washington, D.C., our 10 incredible national finalist teams got up on this very stage to share their ideas with our panel of judges. Let's take a look at how it went.
This Samsung Solve for Tomorrow event has been incredible. It's a life-changing event for these students.
It does challenge you to think outside the box because you're faced with this real-world problem, and whatever you make can be used to solve it.
We thought about how we could be safer.
I enjoyed watching other people's projects, and I think some of them will become millionaires.
Happy 15th anniversary!
Happy 15th anniversary! Happy 15th anniversary, Samsung Solve for Tomorrow!
As you can tell, it's already been an incredible experience together. And we're not done yet. We have some incredible guest speakers for you tonight, and we've got some awards to give out, which I know everyone in the audience is really, really looking forward to. But I want to start the night off with a big announcement from the global Samsung Solve for Tomorrow program. Last year, during the Paris Olympics, Samsung hosted an event in partnership with the International Olympic Committee called the Together for Tomorrow Enabling People Project, with the goal of helping youth around the world solve, move, and create in the spirit of the Olympic values. At the launch event in August of last year, 10 Solve for Tomorrow student ambassadors from around the world came together in Paris to showcase their STEM solutions. We are excited to announce that as a part of Samsung's ongoing partnership with ongoing sponsorship of the Olympic and Paralympic Games, the partnership between Solve for Tomorrow and the International Olympic Committee will continue. There will be a new class of Solve for Tomorrow ambassadors for the Milan Cortina Olympics in 2026, so stay tuned for more information on this exciting opportunity. I would now like to welcome to the stage Nan Lee, one of the 10 global ambassadors who was in your shoes not too long ago, as her team from Princeton High School in Princeton, New Jersey, was one of our 2022 national winners. Welcome, Nan.
Good evening, everyone. We're so happy to welcome these national finalists here today. Now, good evening, national finalists and community leaders. It is such an honor to meet you all, these fellow trailblazers of the next generation. I'm Ngung Le, a Morehead Cain Scholar and student at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. I'm an avid climate health epidemiologist, Asian American community advocate, and sustainable entrepreneur. Most importantly, I stand here today in front of you as a Samsung Solve for Tomorrow Global Ambassador and alum. Now, I'd like to make a few remarks on community. As Angie mentioned not too long ago, just 3 years, in 2022, I was in your shoes. I was up on this big stage, very afraid and nervous for what it could be. But I turned to community. I partnered with brilliant youth in my community to innovate on the fronts of engineering and math, science, while combining it interdisciplinary ways through creative methods and entrepreneurship. That ultimately led us to become a national winner and receive the Employee Choice Award that year. Now, when you think of Samsung Solve for Tomorrow, you might just think of it as a social entrepreneurship competition. But it didn't just stop there. In winning the competition in 2022, another door was opened. I got the news in May of 2024 that I was now being invited to go to the Paris 2024 Olympics. And never in my life would I have ever thought that me, a girl from Princeton High School, Princeton, New Jersey, would be able to go to the Olympics, let alone speak at it and meet with top industry leaders from Deloitte, the IOC, the IPC, as well as their leading people. And so, through that opportunity, I hope you all take away one major guiding principle that I have used and learned through Samsung Solve for Tomorrow. That is, there is always someone cheering you on. For me, it was the fact that Samsung Solve for Tomorrow believed in me, saw something in me, the next generation, to go somewhere with my ideas and thoughts. There is a lot of value in what you bring to the table even now as students. You're not just future change makers, you are currently change makers. And so I hope you take away that as you embark on your journey, there are communities like this one, among the very many that you'll be a part of in the future, that are rooting for you, that are hoping that you take that hope and courage to heart so that you ideate, create, execute, learn, and grow. Because that's what you can do. And that's the potential that you have to not only start creating in your community like you've demonstrated so brilliantly this morning, but to continue doing that work much beyond. And in every step of the way, you can always reinvent yourself in whatever community that you're in and take the lessons that you've learned here, that there is always a community that will elevate and uplift you. And with that, I hope you take all of those experiences that you've gotten, both through presenting as well as exploring the community, to recognize that you can go anywhere that your mind can even possibly dream of. I wish you all the best of luck, and congratulations on being national finalists.
A man that needs no introduction is my colleague, Kevin O'Hanlon. He is here to introduce our next speaker.
I have the great pleasure of being very brief and getting off the stage. I would like to introduce Congressman Troy Carter of Louisiana, who's going to provide just some brief remarks to set the tone for both the rest of this evening and then for tomorrow's STEM Expo. So with that, Congressman.
Hello, everybody. Kevin, thank you very much. Thank you all for allowing me to be here today. What a great day, you talented students, you incredible leaders, incredible company like Samsung and your STEM organizers, to spend time exercising the right to use all of your brain while having fun. I often say that STEM, math, science, engineering, can be intimidating for some folk of my vintage. But our younger people recognize that, and through STEM, you recognize that learning can be fun. Doing things that when you look at on paper or in a book could be intimidating or frightening to think, wow. But when you endeavor to build and to code and to design, you start realizing that it's fun and you're learning complex math, science, engineering, technology while you're doing it. What a cool way to learn. So listen, good evening. I'm so happy to be here for Samsung's 15th annual Solve for Tomorrow's celebration. Welcome to Washington. And I'm especially proud of forgive me, I love all of you, but I'm going to give just a little bit more love to my folk from Louisiana. Denham Springs in the house. The outstanding students from Denham Springs High School, right from my home state, and to celebrate all the aspiring young innovators gathered here today, I'm so proud of you. As a member of Congress, I feel, and on behalf of our entire delegation, so pleased that we have such talented people that's ready to take the baton, to run the next course, to advance the issues that are important for technology. We know that technology and AI and all these things are moving so fast. We also know that, unfortunately, the bad people sometimes get a little bit ahead of the good people in learning how to use it properly. So I'm particularly grateful for you as the good people who are exploring and learning ways to make sure that technology and AI and these things are being used in a way that will make mankind better, that will improve humanity, that will be the next strengths of how we get better, heal faster, take advantage of our energy crisis, rather it is carbon sequestration and making sure that we are being kind and careful to our environment, or the many other projects that I was able to see in the back. Tonight we celebrate innovation, determination, and the spirit of service. Denham Springs and all of you embody all of that. Your projects, particularly their project on C-Sensor and app, addresses the real and urgent concern in my home district of Southeast Louisiana, the risk associated with carbon capture and storage beneath Lake Maurepas, which has been quite controversial. These students use their artificial intelligence and technologies to develop a system that monitors carbon levels and alerts the community of potential dangers like leaks. In engineering, it's engineering, data science, and public safety rolled all into one. And it's exactly the kind of solution-focused thinking that our country needs. These students saw a challenge, and instead of turning away, they leaned in. They applied STEM not just as a subject in school, but as a tool for protecting their neighbors and their environments and their futures. Big round of applause. Moments like this remind us why STEM education in middle and high schools are so critical. STEM skills are not just about learning formulas or coding languages. They're about cultivating problem solvers, innovators, and leaders. Early exposure to STEM empowers students to approach complex challenges with creativity and confidence. It prepares them to build technologies we have yet to imagine and to solve problems we've yet to face. I want to thank Samsung for providing a platform like Solve for Tomorrow, where young innovators can dream big, build boldly, and create meaningful change. I especially want to recognize Yuni Jung, Samsung U.S. CEO, for leading this innovation. For over the last 15 years, Samsung has stepped up with a commitment that has impacted thousands of schools and millions of lives. And tonight's finalists will prove that, because the best is yet to come. I was just being told in the back just a minute ago of Samsung's commitment of $29 million over 15 years. You know, some corporations talk about what they're going to do. Some boast about what they're thinking of, Samsung has put its money where its mouth is. And that deserves a big, big round of applause. You know, we lean on corporations all the time about doing the right thing, about creating jobs, providing opportunities, bringing things, costs down so everyday Americans can enjoy it. But when you put $29 million up to help mold the bold thinkers that we have in this room, you've really done something. So do it again. Another round of applause for Samsung. And finally, to all of tonight's finalists, let me just say congratulations, because there are no losers in this room. You all are winners. The mere fact that you're here is demonstrative of the fact that you're winners. And no matter what you take home tonight, whether it's the big prize, the trip to Washington, and all that came with it, you're incredible winners. And remember that the future is so bright. And this is just one of what I suspect will be a series of awards, compliments, and applause for the great work that you do. So congratulations to all of you. Continue making us proud. The world is indeed a better place because of you. God bless you all.
Thank you, Congressman Carter. That was such a warm welcome to Washington, D.C., and I love all of the enthusiasm that came from the audience. And he's absolutely right. There are no losers, only winners in this audience tonight. And speaking of winners, I think that we should get to our first award of the night. What do you guys think? I'd like to welcome to the stage Tim Chow, co-founder and CEO of Impact Media, a leading social destination for Gen Z. Impact reaches over 55 million monthly readers with its award-winning content. Prior to Impact, Tim founded Irrational Media in high school. As a queer, non-binary Asian American entrepreneur, Tim has been disrupting the media space from a young age. They made the Forbes 30 Under 30 list in 2022 and also hold a BA from UC Berkeley. Welcome, Tim.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here today. When I came to this event, I didn't know what to expect. And when I walked in, I just saw so much infectious, positive, optimistic energy that is hard to come by these days. You know, adults, we know how it is, right? Sometimes it's not the most optimistic. Someone asked me today, how do you start a company? And it started in high school. I was 14 years old, and I started a One Direction fan page. That's what I did. And it really was building that community, finding online peers, talking with my friends, talking to my teachers, and all the people around me that really empowered me to go beyond what I thought I could do, right? The One Direction fan page turned into more media pages. I did like astrology, science pages, meme pages. Fast forward to now. I'm 25, moved to New York to build Impact. Now we have a couple dozen employees, and I'm here speaking to all of you. At Impact, storytelling is really core to our values. It helps foster community. It helps engage young people with causes that you all care about. Clearly, you all are so dialed into what problems our generation is facing, right? The solutions that you guys are implementing, they're not just from textbooks that you're reading, because we're not reading the textbooks, but it's from what your friends are going through. It's from what your cousins might be facing, right? And I think that's the most important part. It's looking at your community and identifying what problems you can solve, and you all are clearly doing that. The students in this year's Solve for Tomorrow competition are really like creating solutions grounded in those lived experiences, and really excited to be awarding this first Community Choice Winners Award. Every idea presented today was really built with community in mind, and not only are you guys creating these solutions, but you're calling upon your community to vote for you and rally support online. So the team with the most votes and the community choice winner receives an additional $10,000 in Samsung technology and supplies for your school. So let's find out who the winner is this year. Are you guys ready? The winner is the Edgerton Elementary School.
All right, congratulations, Edgerton Elementary School. Let's keep that excitement going and get to our next award. I would like to welcome to the stage Tony Nobles. Tony is the National Director of Strategic Partnerships at Build.org, a national organization that ignites the power of youth from underserved communities to help them build career success, entrepreneurial mindsets, and opportunities, ultimately helping them become the CEO of their own lives. Whether working with young innovators or seasoned professionals, Tony is passionate about creating pathways for people to lead with purpose and leave a lasting legacy. Welcome, Tony.
Good evening. Hello, hello. All right. It is an absolute honor to be here tonight, celebrating the brilliance, the creativity, and the heart of our generations of leaders and innovators. As I began working on this speech a few nights ago, one question came to mind. What does it actually mean to be an entrepreneur? For me, entrepreneurship is about starting something, anything, that creates a real impact. It's not always about the business cards or the fancy titles. It's about seeing a problem, having the courage to imagine something better, and then rolling up your sleeves to build it. Sometimes from scratch, sometimes from chaos, and sometimes with nothing more than a dream and the willingness to see it become a reality. My own entrepreneurial journey started when I was just 14 years old, about 20 years ago, through a program called Build.org, an organization committed to igniting the potential of youth from underserved communities to help them build career success, entrepreneurial mindsets, and opportunity. It was there that I first learned the power of collaboration, communication, grit, problem solving, self-management, and innovation. Today, as a successful entrepreneur, helping others write, publish, and launch their books in the world, the road of entrepreneurship hasn't always been easy. I've doubted myself, still do, but I've learned a lot. But every step taught me something new about resilience, about leadership, and about the power of using your gifts to serve others. So, to all my young entrepreneurs in this room today, who dare to believe that your ideas can change the world, keep dreaming boldly. Keep asking why. Keep building even when the path doesn't seem clear. Because guess what? It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. You don't have to wait until you're older or have it all figured out. Spoiler alert, none of us do. Your ideas, your voice, your courage, the world needs all of it. Through Samsung Solve for Tomorrow and partnerships with organizations like Build.org, we are committed to embracing Gen Z and Gen Gen Alpha's passions and equipping them with the skills that they need to build a purpose-driven, collaborative, and thriving world in which we all want to live and work. The Rising Entrepreneur Award, valued at $25,000, underscores the importance of nurturing solutions that not only excel in this competition, but transcend it to become scalable and sustainable ventures that play a role in shaping the workforce of tomorrow. And now, it is my great honor to present the 2025 Rising Entrepreneur Award to, drumroll please, Bloomington High School South. Come on up. Come on up, come on up, come on up.
All right, congrats again, Bloomington High School South. That award is a powerful example of how deeply entrepreneurship resonates with today's youth. In a recent survey that Samsung did about how Gen Z is transforming work culture, 73% said they aspire to launch a side hustle, and 70% of those already doing so are using AI as their primary tool. That insight, along with a surge in AI-based Solve for Tomorrow projects this year, led our next panel, AI for Good. Leading the conversation is Allison Stransky, Chief Marketing Officer at Samsung Electronics America, where she is responsible for driving growth and strengthening the Samsung brand. In this role, she also spearheads the One Samsung Better Together Enhanced by AI strategy, bringing it to life through impactful partnerships and campaigns that showcase Samsung's leadership in technology. Welcome to the stage, Allison, and our panelists.
Hello. Hello to everyone in the room. Hello to everyone online. Thank you all for joining us here tonight. As we just said, this panel is called AI for Good, empowering the next generation of problem solvers. And that's really important to us at Samsung because we really wholeheartedly believe in the importance of technology for good. And we also believe that AI is really at the forefront of lots of change that we heard about today and many other opportunities. So before I start asking questions, I would appreciate it if you could each introduce yourselves to our audience tonight.
Hi, I'm Charlotte Duncan, and I'm the Chief Learning Officer at the Mark Cuban Foundation.
Hi, my name is Jordan Harrod. I am a PhD candidate at the Harvard-MIT Health Sciences Technology Program. I work on AI for Alzheimer's. I also am a YouTuber, content creator, AI consultant focusing on how AI impacts society.
And I'm Paul Kim, VP of Corporate Strategy for Samsung Electronics America.
I'm going to start with Charlotte with our first question. So today, more than half of our students provided solutions that included AI. And I would like to know, what advice do you have for how these young innovators can continue exploring how AI can drive real-world change?
Well, Mark likes to tell me that AI is an accelerator and that students can learn anything with a laptop now. It's all accessible to them. So the exciting part is that you get to drive your future and you have this tool that can help you. and you can choose what it helps you to do. So if you use it as a cheat to complete your schoolwork without doing the work, eventually you'll find yourself behind. But if you use it as a cheat code to build your product faster or to learn a skill that you don't have, now you're ahead. So think about how you use it and how you can use it for good for yourself to be ahead over time.
I love that. Jordan, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. And I think that when I hear questions like this, my first thought is always, you don't have to use AI in the first place. But particularly when it comes to the landscape that you guys are entering, I think that there are so many creative opportunities to solve problems that feel small, but will have huge impact to so many people using AI. And that's not necessarily going to be something that comes across as shiny, but it can do so much good for your local community, and I think that's worth it.
That was excellent. Thank you. I love a reminder. Use it when it's right. Use it when it's appropriate. And although we don't have to get caught up in the buzz either. So next question, I'm going to go down to Paul. We often hear about AI's potential for the future, and we are going to get caught up in the buzz today. That is the theme of our panel. We do hear about AI's potential for the future, but can you share a real-world example where AI is already making a meaningful difference, perhaps in a way in education, accessibility, or sustainability, one of our interest areas?
Right. So I've been speaking with our panelists, fellow panelists earlier this evening, but Samsung is focusing heavily on the usable AI technology, especially for device and AI technology. So Samsung's AI, powered by Galaxy AI, Bespoke AI, and Vision AI, adapts across our multiple devices. For example, if your grandparent is having his or her smartphone setting in high contrast in the video settings, it automatically identifies those people and adapts or adjusts the preference settings in, let's say, the family hub refrigerators or the bespoke washing machines, so that those automated adjustments will be applied when they are using those devices, so making everyday technology more accessible and useful.
I love that. Oh, yeah. I'll pause for a round of applause. That's one of my favorite examples, too.
Another example, if I may, is Samsung Smart Things Energy, which helps you monitor and optimize energy usage on the connected devices in your home, so that you can cut the electricity bills and also help reducing the waste that helps with a smarter and more sustainable home.
Thank you. Charlotte, do you have anything to add? What are your favorite examples right now?
Of AI use?
Or solutions or anything in this space?
Yes. I think it's so exciting to see what is being built, and I think the possibilities are sitting here in this room. What's great is when I was a computer science teacher, and in 2019, I was teaching AI before there was generative AI. So I think the exciting bit is like the technology is evolving even while you're still in school, and we have this great opportunity to build the next thing. So I don't know that I get caught up in the single technology as much as the possibility. I worked on computers before the monetization of the internet, and I am not that old. So it's really amazing to think that the next thing we can't yet imagine. There are some great uses of technology right now that you mentioned, like the sensors built into our cars that keep us safer, the fact that our phones take pictures at night, that's an AI technology that's built right in. And I'm excited about those embedded technologies as much as I am the things that are more obvious to us.
I love that example because I think right now we are a little bit caught up in what's visible about AI, Gen AI being the best example of that. But there is so much that we take for granted. We say at Samsung we've been innovating in AI for over a decade, and it's because we have little solutions like that too. So everybody's solutions today are going to be so much farther along in 6 months, a year. I can't even imagine 6 years from now. So for my next question, I would like to start with Jordan, please. We know there are some big misconceptions about how young people have been working with or believe what AI is to be. How can we help young people move past these misconceptions and be much more confident, responsible creators?
Yeah, I think that one of the things I was thinking about, kind of tying this and the earlier question together, is that when it comes to using AI for good, that might be creating a fun game that is authentic to you and your experiences. And the for good part of that is that it brings joy to people in your community. It's not necessarily solving a climate problem or an infrastructure problem or something like that. But I think that we are in a time when it's easy to feel lonely and not feel like you have community. And so even little things like that, I think, can be great opportunities to continue learning and innovating with these tools in ways that you wouldn't learn in school or on YouTube or via some other medium, because it introduces creativity in ways that you just would never expect to see it. And I mean, I also think that there are, particularly on the edge computing side, actually, a lot of opportunities to leverage unseen uses of AI that already exist in your various devices. I think that documenting everything you do, build in public, is a huge thing, partially because it's helpful documentation for you going forward, but also it's a good story. And stories are how things are communicated across the world and across generations. And that's something that will both help you continue to learn in this landscape, but also if someone else wants to pick up the story where you left it or create a new path, that lets them do that too.
I love that example, and I will add, I'm a journaler, but an old school, write on paper kind of journaler, and I've kind of wondered how technology is going to make capturing content, capturing stories, passing ideas along so much easier and more accessible, and I'm so excited to see. So I appreciate you planting those seeds. Paul, I'm going to ask you, do you have anything else to add to the idea of the misconceptions of AI and what our young innovators can do to create responsibly?
Yeah, my son is a junior in high school, and he often asks me, AI may take away all of our jobs. And do I need to even think because AI will do the thinking for you? But what's important is, well, those AI technology may transform our jobs or even actually create new jobs, right? Based on how let's say the GPS technology has enabled new jobs to be created. Uber and Lyft, they created 3 million jobs in the United States, for example. Is it good? Is it gonna go away? It will change over time. Those Uber drivers may actually own the robotaxis in the future. They can actually make money off robotaxis too. So the technology changes our job landscape, but not necessarily eliminate it. What's important is we own the intention. We own the motivation. We own the passion that changes the world with the technology. So that's the capabilities that we have to continue developing and evolve as a human beings.
That was amazing. Continuing on that theme, we know that AI is only as good as the data that it learns from. And my next question is, how can we help students, everybody here, everybody listening, think more critically about where the data comes from in order to build a more inclusive, ethical AI from the start? I'm going back and forth. Jordan, I'm going to go to you again on this one.
All right. I think this also actually ties in. My storytelling is like my whole thing. I grew up as a kid who read a lot of fan fiction, and I'm 28 and I still read a lot of fan fiction. No one can look at my screen time. But I think that something that I think about a lot when it comes to the work that I do, particularly because I'm in the healthcare space, but also when it comes to visiting my grandparents or talking to friends, is the story that data tells and what we can learn from that, and whether that story is the one that we're trying to tell or the one that we're trying to change in the first place. And on top of that, I think that how stories change over time can be great training data in a lot of ways. It's not empirical. You're not going to train like a loss function on it. But at the end of the day, what you're trying to achieve when you think about data is a change. You're trying to change someone's story, someone's experience, a community story, your town story. And having an idea of the story that you want to create, I think will give you a lot of insight into whether the data that you're using matches that and where you might find more, who you might talk to find more, and how you can take certainly a more ethical approach to making sure that your data is representative and also non-extractive.
Anything you want to add?
I do. If you are a corporate leader, an entrepreneur, or a teacher, you should have a model card when you create an AI technology. That's like a nutrition label for the thing that you built. It tells us what the limitations are of your model. It tells us where you got your data. It tells us where you might know you have biases. For example, if you're a student and you only pulled data from other high school students, your model probably doesn't work for your grandparents. And that's not a bad thing if you're targeting your product for high school students. But with a nutrition label, we can look at whether or not you've thought about privacy or bias or who the model really works for, and it's okay to say your limitations. So build the model card. There are examples of companies that already do this. There are examples for middle and high school students on how to do this. You can write to me for those examples, but say, transparently, not opaquely, what you're doing and why.
Thank you so much to all of our panelists. That concludes our time, and I appreciate all the insights you shared. Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, panel. Such an amazing discussion about how AI can be used to build a more empathetic and sustainable world. Let's keep the excitement going and get to our next award. Here to present our next award is Ann Kelly, Vice President of Government Relations from Ceres. Ann is an environmental lawyer who is actively engaged on Capitol Hill. At Ceres, Ann leads a coalition of leading companies advocating for meaningful climate change, or climate and energy policy at the state and federal levels. Welcome, Ann.
Well, thank you so much, Angie. After these presentations, I could feel like a real slacker. I've not invented anything. I barely understand AI. But I can say that I'm thrilled to be working with Samsung and other partners on Capitol Hill. We are trying to work on climate change and energy problems, which are super important. And I'm very grateful to Samsung for investing in the future over the last 15 years, and in particular for investing in the students with the brightest minds and the most innovative spirits. Congratulations to all of you. I'm so grateful for your determination, your energy, your stamina. I'm feeling better already. I tell you, a day on Capitol Hill doesn't necessarily end up leaving one inspired or energized. But with you all in the room, I know that we are going to be going places, and I'm very grateful. I have the great honor of presenting the Sustainability Innovation Award. And this is an award that really sets the standard for solving problems, some of the biggest environmental problems for future generations. The winner will receive $25,000 of Energy Star technology for their school. I could say so much more about Capitol Hill and problem solving, but what you really want to know is who is the winner. And the winner is. Congratulations to the Academy of Aerospace and Engineering.
Congratulations again to the Academy of Aerospace and Engineering. I know that Energy Star technology is really going to have a big impact at your school. For our next award, I'd like to welcome to the stage one of the newest members of the Samsung employee family, Cordell Hull. Cordell is the Executive Vice President and Head of U.S. Public Affairs at Samsung Electronics America, where he leads this Washington, D.C. office and guides the company to build collaborative partnerships across business priorities. Welcome, Cordell.
Good evening. Welcome to Samsung DC. I hope you've been enjoying your time in our nation's capital. I know you've had a very busy day so far, and more surprises are to come. I'm Cordell Hull, Executive Vice President of U.S. Public Affairs at Samsung, and I'm so excited to be with you all to celebrate the 15th anniversary of Solve for Tomorrow. 15 years is a lot of STEM impact, made with thousands of students across the United States. Congratulations to each one of you. As the Congressman said, being here really is quite an accomplishment. We're incredibly proud of the creativity, dedication, and collaboration you've shown in developing your STEM projects. Your hard work, your passion for science, innovation, and technology are truly inspiring. These projects are a testament to your curiosity, and they reflect a bright future for young minds like yours. Now, before I present the Employee Choice Award, I wanted to share some of my thoughts on what the spirit of innovation means to me and to us at Samsung, and why this program is so meaningful for us today. For me, joining Samsung Electronics America earlier this year was about more than taking a job at a technology company. It was about stepping into a community that is shaping the future of tech innovation, not simply waiting for it to happen. As a global technology leader, Samsung thrives on the spirit of curiosity and progress. It's a place where ambitious ideas come to life and impact millions around the world. What truly sets Samsung apart is not just our bold vision for next-gen technology, but the culture of forward thinking, experimentation, collaboration, and empowerment. As an employee, you are encouraged to challenge what's possible, work across disciplines, and contribute to innovations that drive real-world impact. Here at Samsung, across many of our lines of business, from home appliances to mobile devices and semiconductors, each of our more than 20,000 US employees share a passion building innovative solutions that create real impact in our communities. As Samsung employees, we are proud to use our STEM knowledge to empower the next generation of leaders. Each team competing today was paired with a Samsung employee, someone to help refine your project and perfect your pitch. Year after year, we hear how much this relationship benefits your work, but also how incredibly meaningful it is for our employees who are inspired by what they learn from you while working together. So let's find out who the winner is. I love the drum roll. For the Employee Choice Award, please welcome to the stage Bentonville West High School. And now, the moment I know everybody's been waiting for. I'm honored to welcome to the stage President and Chief Executive Officer of Samsung Electronics North America, Yoon Jung.
Hello, good to meet you. I'm Yoon Ji-jung, President and CEO of Samsung Electronics North America. I'm very excited and great honor to stay here to join with you. Actually, I was the engineer before joining Samsung 33 years ago. When I was in your age, in middle school and high school, I always studied mathematics more and more. So this was my best class. Then at the time, my dream was, I think it's similar with you. My dream was to becoming the scientist or engineer. After graduating the Seoul National University in the engineering side, I joined Samsung Electronics as an engineer. So this means my dream came true. And then, after having long years in the engineer in Samsung Electronics, I moved to the sales and marketing role, and then now I became the president and CEO. So this means whatever you have in engineering or science, you can become the CEO. So your dream would be really valuable. And then your experience these days is far better than me, because when I was in your age, I never had this kind of opportunity. But I'm very surprised that you had achieved great projects using AI, robotics, a lot of great new technologies. This was really a big surprise for all of us. That's why you are really great. You have a big vision. You have a big, great future. I hope all of you really put more energy in science STEM area to change the world with technology and engineering. I really want to congratulate again for your great achievements. Let's make a big applause to you. And then, once more, again, important thing is that your teachers really amazing. The leadership of the teachers to make this project happen, make a success win, this is again great gift for you. Let's make another applause to your teachers. So now, this is the final national winner. 3 winners today. There's no order. I'm going to announce 3 winners. Each winner will have $100,000 for your school. First one, national winner, Charter School of Wilmington.
Sufficient providers, whether it's physicians or advanced practice clinicians, available to support the broader needs of our communities and aging demographic is going to require more physicians or more providers to be available.
We find that the solution lies in a smart, accessible hydrogel bandage called Aquagel. The bandage consists of a temperature and impedance sensor to track the stages of the wound as it heals.
If we won, that would give us the confidence to take this further and also open up to other stakeholders and investors so they can help us develop our product into something real.
Congratulations again. Now, second national winner, Bloomington High School South.
Storm Shield, a game-changing headband for hard-of-hearing athletes. Designed with cutting-edge technology, it enhances safety while offering customizable patches for team spirit.
Being presented with this opportunity, I think it really helped me become more confident in myself, see that my unique perspective on the world can actually be used to help lots and lots of people.
Solve for Tomorrow lets kids approach actual problems in their community and find actual high-impact solutions. There's no other program like it.
It's so great. Even I'm crying now. So final. National winner, Bentonville West High School.
Our model identifies oral cancer and classifies its stages using just a photo of the mouth and self-reported risk factors. We programmed Oral Scan to use innovative technologies such as UNets, ensemble models, and transfer learning.
If we were to become Samsung Solve for Tomorrow national winners, I think it would just greatly help spread the message out about what we're trying to do and help the community. It would help the school with STEM education by being able to buy better technology to facilitate students' learning, and I think it would just help facilitate the next generation.
All right. Thank you, Uni, for taking time out of your day to be with us here tonight to celebrate 15 years of Samsung Solve for Tomorrow. Thank you to all of our guests and speakers. Thank you to our Samsung employees who volunteer their time each year through mentorship. And most importantly, thank you to all of our students and teachers across the country who entered the competition this year. Congratulations again to all of our winners. Welcome to the Solve for Tomorrow family, and we will see you back here next year for year 16 of Samsung Solve for Tomorrow. Good night.